Welcome back, folks, to another episode of my Holy Broken Empire playthrough. Where in this episode, we're gonna go ahead and declare war on Castile, hoping to own all of Naples. Aragon's free, but he's rivaling Portugal, Byzantium, and Burgundy, which means Castile could perhaps ally him. I'm actually one of my diplo relation slots right now, guys, and gonna break that with England, which is this stuff, before we go into this war. So the plan for the first time has kind of come to fruition here, guys, where Bohemia is wrecking Poland in his own self-autonomous war. He is our ally, he's happy with us. The only downside that we are beginning to experience is a little bit of the diplo game where unfortunately Sweden is getting smashed, and that's not going to help Sweden expand in his own right. We don't want Bohemia to be the only one expanding. Ideally, I would like Galicia, Sweden, Byzantium, and Burgundy to all expand in their own right. But, yeah, let's get into things. We're allowing my troops to be a little bit less exiled, as they were all fighting down here in Egypt, coming back over here. And in the meantime, some of them their war exhaustion is fairly high on some of them, so I let them come down a little bit. Wow, we're making more and more money. That's kind of what I'm going for right now. I'm trying to... that's in Armenia, who cares? I will spend the cash there. I'm trying to have a sort of age of prosperity here, where we really kind of industrialize our country and so on. Dude, those rebels are all walking around, chilling together. Jeez, man. I do have a royal marriage with Portugal right now, and if he was to die, we'd get a Habsburg on his throne, which is interesting. So here we go. Let's declare the war. Castile is at war with, I think that is a Mexican. So that means that potentially his troops are not poised and ready to go, but interested to see if Burgundy defends Castile or not, because it's been awfully inconsistent, honestly. I'm hoping, of course, that he doesn't, but I'm really doubtful now. A part of me feels like, why would he not defend Castile? It might somehow be relations-based, maybe. Because I don't think Byzantium, when I declared the war, had very high relations. I don't know. But as you can see, Burgundy has not been called in, so at best it is a delayed kind of effect. But from my experience, they do not join. Byzantium was really an outliner there last episode when we declared war on Poland and he was allied to Poland. He went ahead and joined, yay, Galicia adding to the empire, just as though we released him via the vassal mechanic, which we did not. He was the only nation we actually returned a province to. Wow, look at this, guys. Outnumbered like over 2-1, but that's why I was in that fort on the mountains. Get Recarino'd. This here is my land. We are the holy bros. Yeah, so I tried and tested this probably about 10 or so times. 10, 11, 12 times. And it worked every time. So I was under the impression that it would work every time. As long as it works this time, that's nice. That's nice to see. I'm sure that we can take our core and we can annul his alliance with Burgundy, so it's not an issue again in the future. But as long as it works, I'm happy, man. Pretty unusual, guys, that it would work some of the time and not work other times. The printing press spawned last episode, and I think in Vienna we're pretty damn close to embracing it, as it goes 0.25 per month. But if I could do a little bit more development. It's expensive, but this is the glory game. This is the glory game. This is where our points go. We are most far ahead in Diplo. Let's do that. We're so close to 40. Let's just push it through. There we go. Printing press is present, and I mean that is a strong economic move, I'm sure. Vienna is a beast. We've got a manufactory there and everything. Yep, and that allows me to build more buildings there finally, which I was unable to do. So, for example, manpower building. I think that's probably a sensible move. More important than anything else, I would say. So let's do it. We can obviously upgrade it later to the next level. Well, hold on. Let's power up our loan first. Poor Castile, he's so weak. He's such a shadow of his former self. I forgot where Naples was, guys. I think it's on the money. Sort of bottom quarter. That's where Naples is. Hopefully Circassia falls to rebels here. Hoping Bohemia pieces out Poland without going too ham on Sweden and giving Russia some of Sweden. I mean, yeah, it's awkward. It's awkward, but you know, what can you do? Sweden might get a little bit wrecked there, guys, and it might feel bad. But what can you do? So Galicia is free, and he has no truce. He has no truce. He doesn't seem to desire anything. That's a bit of a concern. That's not exactly what we intended, right? Surely, though, with favors, we can call him in, give him some land. I can begin to give him some of these. Although he might not desire them. Shoot, man. I didn't consider that. What if one of these nations just goes hardcore, sort of pacifist? You know, I bet, though, especially if the union breaks, that he will become a valid rival. If he has a rival, he's going to want to go into his rival's land, obviously. Why would he not? Our truce came out with France last episode, guys, and that's our solution to breaking the Danish and French alliance. If we can't do it by that method, is by attacking France. So Bar desires a province. That gives us CB. So we'll probably feed Burgundy one more time by promising him land. You know, again, hoping that Burgundy declares his own self-autonomous war. But I'm just not confident in him. Judging by the last war, France had no allies. We wrecked him fairly badly, and Burgundy just stood there like a potato. So I feel like we need to do at least one more full-blown feedage. I'll offer Burgundy land as he's my ally and he hates France and he desires the land, and we'll just give him, let's look at his claims. Yeah, look at that. We'll give him one big fat feedage, and hopefully at that point he's confident enough to smash France, especially if we're breaking his alliances and potentially going to war with him by attacking his allies or him directly. Whatever. Portugal's got an heir. Fine. Oh. Lucky Burgundy. He got an event. Because that guy's 14 years old. Burgundy got his heir on the on Portugal's throne. Interesting. Yeah, so this is what's supposed to happen, guys. We're not supposed to go to war with our allies and feel a little bit bad about it. Who is Arawaka? This guy. some noob. I am interested in PUing nations in different continents that can't be fed to the Empire easily. And that includes Ethiopia. So the war score is 73. It's going to take some time for us to get the war score here. Okay, so as we begin to gain some manpower, I'd like to invest it into cannons primarily. Good, I am making those highly desired provinces because I'd like Corsica to claim them. Which I guess he's claimed the only one that he can. Good on him. And let's try to stop, speaking of manpower, let's try to stop suffering so much attrition in this case. Protestantism's looking really good shape, guys. I think within a few years there's going to be none of it left. Suckers, at least none inside the Empire. Oh man, it's such a shame. I'm still kind of thrown off about how we got RNG'd in such a weird manner, but dude, Circassia expanding and giving the increased coin costs is pissing me off. It's not that big of a deal because we're so far ahead and we can feed stuff to the Empire, but still, it's irritating. Just stop expanding Circassia, and you've got a strong ally of Russia. Obnoxious. Sweden doesn't I mean, good luck Sweden. Bohemia, peace him out, dude. 80%. Peace him out. Don't wreck Sweden. Sweden's your friend. Be nice. Get along, kids. 6 heavy ships. Feels good, man. Yep. Let's continue doing heavies. For now. And I think we're ahead on like every point. That's pretty cool. Look at this, guys. Cool. I should stop building stuff. Let's embrace the printing press. Although we're so far ahead in technology, it's no hurry. This is one cool thing about being a small developed nation, despite owning like more than anybody else, is that we can accept stuff so easily. That's really cool. That's one of the downsides to blowing up larger and larger and larger, you know, is your capital accepts printing press or whatever, and your whole country is so far away from doing it. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 members of the Empire. Right now, I've got 1 Diplo slot, and I'm guaranteeing Ethiopia. We could make Naples free. Naples might colonize or something like that. But I'm not sure. We're going to do Catalonia, and it's all of our Diplo slots. So we would have one other option. I think it's smarter to do a British guy. And the British guy would colonize, in my opinion. So Naples is just going to be in the state that he's in after we feed him here, which is an empowered state. He's just going to be a nice subject for us. Unfortunately, that means that he does not actually add his territory or anything like that. He doesn't do that. But we can make him independent for the lulz, just for him to add the empire before we press this button, which is probably what I'll do with like Serbia and Croatia and so on. Speaking of Serbia, he's done a good job claiming up the Venetian provinces there. Byzantium's chilling here at peace, and he doesn't seem to have gone in against Crete or anything like that, which he seems more than capable of doing, especially Corfu. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Just go kill that guy. That's what you're supposed to do. Is be self-autonomous. Stop being such a noob. Huh? Haha! Sweden? Ah, yes! Objectorino completorino! Look at that! I mean, huge amount of development. Which is, it's beyond free. It's a whole nother level. Am I right? This is what the series is supposed to be about. It's a whole nother level. right? We go in, feed our subjects. Subjects go in, feed themselves. That's a whole nother level. It's unprecedented. But that's the first example of it happening successfully. We need to prep the world to where it is happening continuously. That's what we need to do. I should embrace the printing press before I take up. Feels good, man. Let's get... we don't seem to have any unrest. Okay, he's stuck out there, that's fine. I want to make sure we have somebody out there to deal with the Asians. If we need more troops, we'll just hire them. But France is next. We're going to kill France, feed Burgundy one massive time, and that is going to hopefully result in him being able to do what Bohemia just did. Now, Poland still has the Union, I suspect. Yes, he does. Break your alliance with Poland. Yes. So we spared Sweden some heartache. Hopefully, he's unable to rival Bohemia. So the idea is that he would rival like Poland as the obvious choice and then get some relations with Bohemia. We want to have these alliances. Byzantium, Bohemia, Sweden, Burgundy, you know. Our friends want to be all allied with each other. Truce is up against the Ottomans, which I don't have a CB on. I might have to fight this war, which is fairly difficult considering all we would really be doing is taking some land from him. But I might do it. I might do it and break Russia's alliance with Bohemia. And I suspect that these nations, if they get a bit more powerful... Look, see, he's rivaling Russia. That's what I want to see. I want to see Bohemia rivaling Russia. I suspect he would do it. I suspect if we break the alliance, he would do it. Because nations don't like to have, you know, a lack of rivals. Alrighty, cool. That empire, though. You know, the more we feed subjects like that, the more tribute they're going to pay us and so on. So that's good. Because we're not the mightiest emperor ever. Considering the fact that we've let these nations go. So, France is allied to Aragon now. That's okay, I guess, because we'll call in Burgundy. Sweden would help against Denmark, but he wouldn't help against France. It's because he's got debt. So let's take on foreign debt. Cool. Cool. Attack! Alright. So... yeah. We're going to be doing a lot here. We're going to be giving Sweden whatever he wants. I don't feel like my navy is strong enough to fight for itself right now. Look at that. Sweden's definitely getting strong though. Cool, man. I feel like it's just a matter of time till Denmark is screwed. So I want to break that and then give Sweden some land from that war. And of course, guys, giving Sweden the land doesn't cost diplo points, even though the guy's not co-belligerent or anything like that. Oh, I forgot to release Catalonia. That feels bad, man. That's okay. We'll get the shortest truce time possible with Aragon, I suppose. We're just breaking his alliances. Shoot, feels bad, man. Ah, that does feel bad. We could have basically 50%ed him. I knew I'd make a mistake. It's just a matter of time. Catalonia should be more well established than they are. Oh well. Oh well. It is what it is. And of course, we're giving a crap load of stuff to Burgundy. I'm very optimistic that Burgundy is gonna smash fools after this war. After this war and after he caused that amount up, that is such a high amount of high development. I suspect that he's gonna smash some fools. So I think the next war will be this war, and we're gonna break Russia's alliance with Bohemia. That's all we want to do, and then take a big chunk from Circassia. We will embrace, because I'll soon tech up on everything. Wow, look at the gigantic amount of troops there. Definitely, other nations are still not complete pushovers, you know. But they are, let's be honest. Of course they are. Yes, Sweden got on the capital. I feel like giving him the islands is the best thing to do. I hope that he desires them. He might, like last time, simply want his claims. We are beginning to get some manpower as we operate with less and less troops. That's good to see. Building up Hungary, which is fairly easily developed still. And our power projection is going away. No! Power projection will go away permanently under 50, but you know, we don't need those points, do we, guys? Cool. Sweden will actually want that, so I feel like if we give the capital there, that's like the most valuable province in Scandinavia, I suspect. No, it's not, man, because Sweden can develop. He can develop because he's self-autonomous. How cool is that? Oh my goodness, the dream is so real. You know, guys, Byzantium is going to be able to boost the development here when we give him Anatolia with that mission, the Byzantium mission. This game is just too cool. Burgundy's capital is pretty high development. I wonder if this guy would ever develop. We should influence him. He still doesn't have a valid rival. What we would need is the Union to break. 51 years old and negative 26 prestige. Could definitely happen, for sure. And then he would rival Poland and Lithuania, because they would both be valid, in my opinion, if they were separate. Okay, so that one province is worth pretty much all of the war score. It's a little bit disconcerting how the Empire tends to just go in back to back to back and get wrecked, like one by one, because many of them end up having very high war exhaustion, but at the same time, often I try to lead the wars and they sort of derp around a little bit, and they don't exactly help out. I guess I should continue building some manufactories. Let's look at the manufacturing density within our little country here. It's pretty dense. It's pretty dense, that's for sure. Venice needs another building slot. It's so expensive, but I might end up... Well, let's get rid of that. It's a pretty good building, actually, though. Naval Force on it. Ugh. I think I'll develop that up to 30. To build a manufactory here. This is worth 3 right now. Manufactory in... How high is the... Oh my goodness. Yeah, dude. Let's do it. I have to remember to get rid of this, but let's encourage local development. Let's do that for reduced development cost. Also, let's add this to the burgers. That's something I should have done. Yeah. For more wealth in Venice. Cool. Reduced development cost feels good, man. Still expensive as hell, but Our next idea group is going to be a Diplo idea. Let's do that for a building slot, so that we can build a manufactory there, because it's gonna. That's a valuable manufactory. Bohemia adds the land, feels good, man. Oh, bloody Empire's getting wrecked by France, lol. Until the swarm piles in more and more. Haha, Brandenburg was leading that war. Even though he's so tiny, we still get some Prussian idea action. If Sweden wins this, then... nice. It's close here to piecing out. We just need a little bit more war score from Sweden. What a champion. This is so fun. I'm nerding out so hard, guys. So we're at 3 stability, but especially when we don't have anything to convert, the papal authority goes up, papal influence goes up fairly slowly, as opposed to when we do have stuff to convert, it goes up pretty quickly. So right now I'm hoarding it in case we need a boost stability. Oh man, our air sucks. I didn't even realize. Let's get rid of him. Try to get a bit air than that. Even if we have bad legitimacy, it's not the end of the world if we randomly just get a noble or something. Okay, Sweden's at the top. Oh, come on, dude. Just fool. Fool, I say. I'd still like to piece Aragon out. But, you know, it's not the end of the world if he's allied to these two. I don't really care. God dang it, Alexander. I think he's slightly better, I guess, than the last one, but... I don't have the prestige to kind of re-roll him right now, so I'm not going to. So we are definitely going for the 100%. There's no doubt about that. Come on, fam. Back me up here against France. I think they just got stack wiped. Brutal. The brutality is real. France is deaded as a dodoed. Approximately dodoed. I'm going to get a cheap advisor, but I'll swap him out for an expensive advisor when we get near to taking colonialism for the points. But right now, we're good. Truces up with Great Britain. And nobody has claimed him yet. This is like the only claim that we really have. And it's a French... This area is French. But... it's... yeah, see, Holland desires it at least. I would really not mind giving Holland the English Channel. And then he would claim up more. But as long as we have a claim, we can, like, release somebody. Like, we could take whatever, because we probably have the coring range. But then it's a matter of getting it inside the Empire. And Holland won't add. So we would have to get Burgundy all the way out to here before we can do any shenanigans. Ugh, bit awkward. Now where the hell is Burgundy going to be? There he is. Let's start handing the claims over to him. I mean, it's going to take years, because Burgundy is going to have a massive truce. It's going to take years till Burgundy has the stuff out there. Damn it, Britain. That's okay. If it takes years, it takes years, but we have to be productive in other areas, in my opinion. Either way, guys, I talked about this last episode about how I'm going to kind of be taking a long break here with my recording sessions and let the stuff catch up. So just keep that in mind, that just reminding you that this is kind of, in my next video, I'm going to be a little bit sort of far behind in that regard. I haven't played this game in a little while, is what I'm trying to say. And I'm going to be looking forward to hopefully reading your guys' thoughts on what we should ultimately achieve, for example. That's one of your guys' thoughts that I'm interested to hear about. Get some increased manpower modifier from the nobility. Okay, so get over here onto these islands. Good job, fam. And he's pretty much 100%. We might find that Denmark ends up existing out in Iceland, you know? Might be the case. Alrighty, we're breaking his alliance with France, and we're giving Sweden 2 provinces, one of which is a very high development province, and more importantly, I think officially Denmark, he'll struggle for allies, because he might not even have valid rivals any longer, but he's so much weaker than Sweden that hopefully Sweden will just brutalize him in the future. Now, all we can do is 100%, so that looks like it's going to be good enough. I am focusing on the French region as opposed to like pushing him out to have the opportunity to expand into Iberia or anything like that, because we have an Iberian power who I better release before I end the episode and not forget about him in the future, eh? But that HRE expanding even more feels good, man. Feels really good, man. By the way, I might release Moldavia as a vassal. I feel like expanding the vassal swarm is smarter than owning territories myself that are not kind of as powerful as they could be. Do you guys feel what I'm saying? Yeah, I feel what I'm saying. I think what we'll probably do, if nothing else, is I'll use the Reconquest CB because it's a CB. I will give them the core, but I'll also release like Kiev for Galicia to go into. I think that's a smart move against Poland. That's a way that we can compel him to expand by giving him weak friends to expand into. Okay, our war score is not going to go any further. So this war would have been worth pushing onwards to feed Catalonia if I had not been a brotard and just completely forgot and dropped the ball there. But before I forget, let's release Catalonia. And he is now another member inside of the Empire. And we're going to go ahead and use the Reconquest CB when I can against Aragon, feeding all of that. And probably at that stage, I'll go ahead and make him independent. And hopefully he can rival Castile, not only Aragon at that stage. That would be really nice. But let's also build a manufactory in... Why? I don't have the manufacturer unlocked for glass, I guess. I don't know which one does it, but okay. Can't build a manufactory there. I was just going to do that before I forget. I think this episode's been really short, but I can't tell in time. In that case, let's do a little bit more, including release Moldavia as a member of the Empire, and he is my proper vassal, which gives me the Reconquest CB. That's something. My truce is up with the Ottomans. Should we gear up for this war in that case? Let's do that. So be it. Let's gear up for a big Russian war. And Sweden will help us. Yes, Sweden will help us. Let's do it. I'm looking forward to it. Okay, so Burgundy's breaking his alliance off, but that is because we just share so much of this. And in fact, we're even demanding his own land. That's why he's like, oh, there's no future for the two of us to share. But it's not true, Burgundy. We're going to pave your way for success if it is the last thing that we do. Yeah, oh, let's check this. Oh no, wait. Wait, this doesn't seem right. I've got a feeling that they can't be valid great powers. For some reason, the game detects that they're not sort of independent, because I feel like Castile is, surely they're weaker than Bohemia. That Bohemia looks way stronger than Castile. No, he's got colonies. No, no, maybe France is the weakest great power, and maybe one of them is not stronger. I would think. Well, let's wait. Maybe if he calls the stuff up. Maybe if he calls the stuff up and embraces the Institute and so on, then Burgundy will be sort of higher great power. Either way, let's fight this war. I'm not going to call Byzantium in, because Byzantium has wars that he could fight potentially, like Corsica, like Corfu rather, that he's just not doing. He's just not going to war there. So if we call him into a war, he's never going to. But if we don't, then he may declare that war. It looks like St. Petersburg. Wow, there's a lot of forts out here in Russia. We should be gunning for St. Petersburg, though, to get that peace out with Russia sooner rather than later. I guess let's... there it is. He's declared war on Corfu. Who's allied to Naxos? Surely he'll kill them both. Proof of concept once again. Multiple proof edges. They expand, I say. Feels good, man. Let's start investing our economy into stuff. Let's get some cannons up. We've got too many cavalry. This cavalry I'm going to start using for a sort of third stack eventually. But let's just send them somewhere random for now. Okay, so yeah, naturally these guys have a ridiculous amount of troops, guys. And we're using the Holy War CB. So we kind of, it might be a bit sketchy. Persia forms. Until we get Russia out by... I mean, it's the occupations that are going to do it, but this typically happens. Oh my god, Russia's got a good general. Is that they can just walk around like nubs and get picked off. But we'll see. Perhaps if they pile in, they'll win the battles. Oh, piling it. Oh, haha. Too easy. I definitely want to, yay, Sweden adding empire. Take this fort so that I can take this land, because I want to have the Holy War CB. But I also want to have the option of releasing Georgia. I still am thinking that Georgia might be one of the nations that I release and feed. And let him... Oh, they won again. Wow, their morale was so low that I thought they lost there, but they won again. Champion. Okay, let's accumulate these cannons, and I'm going to go start sieging up in the northern lands. Man, our army tradition is not very good. I mean, considering we just go to war after war. It's pretty impressively low there at 50. We got a unfortunate modifier which reduces it over time. Okay, that's a decent economic return. How close are we to completing this bloody build manufactories? I mean, we probably don't have 20, right? Let's have a look here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No, we definitely don't have 20. We work on our 13th by the looks of things. Yeah. So when does the truce come up with Poland? Ages away. Oh, 2 years. It's not too bad. Looking forward to that. I think that's going to be a smart move to... we got plenty of Diplo points, although... Yeah, maybe I should hire Diplo, rank 3 Diplo advisor, as I do want to rush down the colonialism stuff. Oh, pretender rebels in Lithuania. Poland can't exactly defend against them, I'm sure. So if the Pretenders defeat Lithuania, then he's free. And then Glacier, I mean, Poland's weaker than Lithuania, it looks like. Well, they're both pretty weak. It's hard to say, but hopefully he'll be a valid rival. Looks like our subjects winning the battles doesn't contribute to the Holy War CB. It's unusual. Definitely would have thought it does. Now, yeah, we're way ahead in military points. This is one of my favorite places to be because you can make sieges continue, progress rather way faster by a barraging, military barrage. Oh, Sweden has offensive ideas. Surely Sweden, his general's bad. Surely Sweden, show us your prowess. Dude. Sweden is supposed to be such a military badass. He might not have gotten that event that boosts his stuff, his morale of armies or whatever it is, or discipline. Or he might have taken the wrong buff. You can boost your navy or whatever. Okay. Which area? One of the areas gets reduced. There it is. Development cost by 5. Oh. That's pretty good, actually. On iron, even? Cool. Let's do that. That's with our 10% reduced development cost here. I want to remove some edicts, though. I know we got it up somewhere, which is increasing our state maintenance. Most of everywhere, it looks like. Okay. Yeah, so with Russia, the major thing is removing his alliance with Bohemia. And I'm wondering about Novgorod's too expensive, so Norway. I'm wondering about releasing nations to... Well, we can just return core to Sweden. Releasing nations to empower Sweden to the best of our ability. Looks like that's just about the best we could do. We would have to have attack him directly and not have to have the war score to release Novgorod, which we'll do in the future. But how much is this worth? 41% war score, so definitely have to work our way up to his capital, which we should be able to take. Whoa, look at the empire just flood through. That's awesome, dude. Yeah, dude, I'm still yet to see if one of our allies can become a great power. That would be so cool if they did. If they did and if they could. I'm excited. We're going to barrage each of these to make them really nice, swift sieges, hopefully. That's the plan. And then Circassia, I'd really like Holy War CB against Russia if I could. Oh, wow, he fell to all of the rebels. Cool. I like that. And that actually removed his core. No, it didn't. Never mind. It should have. I guess he was accepting the culture. Does that have a difference? I would have thought... no, because it wasn't released. No, yeah, he has core due to the rebels. That's annoying, damn it. Because that increased the coring cost. Either way, I'm going to give some to Genoa. This one here. Okay, so let's have a look. I want to do something like... I guess we'll just take all of that and exile them out there to Russia. Cool. Looks good. Okay, let's try to get some war score here really quickly. This is our best general. This general is a savage, by the way. He's got infantry combat ability. Do we have discipline and everything? Yeah, we do. Haha, get effed. Get destroyed. Okay, I have to go up to Novgorod before we have access to St. Petersburg. How's our war score look? Not very much. But we'll get there. Barrage. Some diplo points feels good, man. I might not bother barraging that. I want to take Novgorod and then move up to St. Petersburg. That's still my favorite thing, guys. The Empire blobbing out. It's just that, you know, Bohemia's the only one to truly do it. Byzantium's done it as well, but on a smaller scale. I want the real blobs. I want the real blobs. Do you guys feel me? The blobberinos. So after this war, we can go in against Trebizond, just go in and smash him, and that gives us Holy War, so he'd be against the Ottomans, which, yeah, we could declare, but, it's a funny one. We might have to do it one more time and just feed Byzantium the traditional way. I have to be smart about it, you know. Let's get manpower. Manpower from the Pope. I want to be smart about it and make sure that... Oh, come on, as if... I don't want to sit around waiting for Byzantium to declare war if he's never going to do it. That's what I'm trying to say. When I could feed him and have him prepped in the future to declare self-autonomous wars more consistently. Okay, I think if we take this capital, which we could do within a month or so, then Russia will be ready to go. St. Petersburg's only 16 development, but we're progressing here nicely as well. Building up that navy. Building up those manufactories. So we're about 15 manufactories. Okay, Russia's getting close. Hopefully after we take St. Petersburg. Here's medium enthusiasm. That empire. Good effort, dude. They did better than I thought. Both getting out here, but also, like, winning. Off to the empire. Oh, man, I don't have a queen. Can we fix that? Because I would if we have prestige like to... I can't roll marriage anybody, really. God dang it. There it is. Cool, Russia, get wrecked. So we just expanded Sweden. We released Norway, which hopefully Sweden will go into. And we annulled his alliance with Bohemia, of course. Truly, well and truly hoping that Bohemia will now hate him. And ally up Sweden. That's the plan. That's the intention in the plan. And Sweden adds his land to the empire. What a legend. What a legion, mate. And Circassian gets wrecked. Oh my god, the overextension is way too high. So we'd give that away. What else would we do? Let's have a look. We could give this whole area to Genoa. Why not? Why not? Let's do it. Let's just check. We're under. We should be under. Yeah, we're way under. We'll give that whole area to Genoa. And after we hand this off, guys, that's going to be it for this episode. So, like I said, if I can ever find Genoa, god dang it. Let's go alphabetical. There he is. Yeah, like I said, taking a break after this one, and I really enjoyed this, but I want to catch up. I want you guys to catch up so that I can read your comments and see what's going on nicely. I was trying to smash out a recording session while I could, and while I felt motivated as well. And so that's what I've been doing lately. Gonna go ahead and core this stuff up. Doing really well in points, doing really well in just about every regard. Having, roughly the best game ever by far. But that, of course, was the intention. But I cannot wait for the dream, the real dream, the golden age. I cannot wait for the golden age where we have Glacier, a beast, we have Sweden, a beast, and colonizing, hopefully. We get to proof of concept that these nations do consider themselves to be independent and do colonize. But I'm confident that potentially Catalonia, Burgundy, and Sweden will all colonize, and that we'll grab those colonies for ourselves. I guess also maybe Byzantium, but unlikely that he would colonize. And I intend to also colonize with our next ideas, as it should be a fairly economic thing to do. I'll probably just focus out on specific regions to really boost our economy, like the East Coast. But yeah, really enjoying this, guys. I hope you are too. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the future in the next episode.